Throughout this chapter, we're going to be focusing on the creation of a simple blog based on the mean stack. Now, mean is an acronym for MongoDB, Express.js, Angular, and Node.js. Now, this project will differ from the previous project in that we will set up and run our own Express server, which will allow us to create an API to interact with MongoDB, which is a NoSQL database that uses JSON-like documents for storing data. So first, we're going to start off here by using the Angular command line interface tool to start a new Angular project. So ng, new, and we'll name it blog app. And we're going to add the routing flag, which will generate a routing file for us as our app will have multiple components. Now we're going to cd into blog app and run npm install. Now let's run the ng build command. This will package up the Angular project and create a new folder named dist for distribution. This is important because our Express server is going to serve files from this folder. Next, we need to use the Node package manager to install Express, which is our server, as well as body parser, which we'll use to parse incoming requests when performing CRUD operations. Great, now let's hop into the project with our code editor and create an Express server file. So now we're going to create a server.js file in the project root. Okay, so the following code that we're about to type is based on a basic Express server template that I use for my main projects. So we're going to create 6 different variables to start. So const express equals require express. And then also we're going to declare a variable for our body parser, which we used npm to install. Next, we're going to create a variable for path, which allows you to work with file and folder paths. Also, we need to create an HTTP server. And then also bring in Express itself. Next, we need to set up our parsers for handling data from incoming requests. So, call this a parsers, and we're going to use app.use. And we're going to set extended to false. And this means that it will tell the parser not to accept any nested objects. Now, next, we're going to tell Express to serve static files from Angular's distribution or the dist folder. And it was created when we ran the ng build command. Now, in the next 3 lines, we will send all non-API routes to the dist/index.html file, which is where the Angular app itself resides. Then we need to set the port for our server, and we'll put it to 3000. And then we need to create the HTTP server. And then for our last line, we're going to run server.listen and pass in our port. We'll console log. All right, so if we set up everything correctly, when we run the node server command in the console to start the server, our Angular app should load and the console should log that the server is running on localhost 3000. So let's go ahead and save this. We'll go ahead and run node server. All right, let's go ahead and check out in the browser. And there we go with the default Angular app page. Okay, so great. In the next video, we're going to create a free account on a MongoDB database as a service called mlab.com.